So we started adding these little short drop ins and then run sprint. But see if you catch what went wrong. So she's pushing off with the right leg, but when she pitches, she has to push off with the left leg. See, it's almost so neurologically that's her way of driving. But when we do the pitching, it's backwards. It's just how we're built. So when she does these at home, I want her to push off with the left leg. So if we want to stagger her stance so that it forces her to do that, that's fine. But this is, or she can alternate. Alternate would probably be better. We're trying to get the body to move systematically. Some great things here. Hinge, forward, and we could always try to exaggerate. So when she does this drill, there's her hinge. We want to think about her diving in a swimming pool. Where would her nose be going? A little more down and forward. The left knee, that's a great position. It's a great position. So now she's got the long kick out and lift right there. And then there's a stretch. So she's starting to get pulling. If her elbows were bent, she could get a better rotation open with the shoulders. Because she's pulling to the left with her glove. And that, look at her torso. So pulling to the left with her glove forces her right shoulder to get there. I'm sorry. Yeah, right side. See, it's almost like she's pulling in a circle. Look at the glove. So we want the elbows up, forward, so that she opens up like pulling a bow and arrow. Right here, she should be pulling a bow and arrow. And her shoulders should be turned more. So this is partially contributing to the this. If you look at where the hand is going with the glove, it's right there. So she said she wanted to work on her arm circle. This is what we want to clean up a little bit. So if we go up more elbowed, more bent arm in an upward direction, and then a separate here with the glove going forward, and then the shoulders could rotate cleaner instead of leading there. Okay? Bottom half is really nice, but the other thing is if she's pushing and driving with the hip, when you pull down and lead with the nose and the out shoulder like this, what's the bottom doing? It's being catapulted over right there. So if she was playing tug of war and pulling back through right here, tug of war right here, she's getting pulled over. Okay. So this is speed right here, lost. This is where her speed is lost, and this is where her inconsistency comes in. Because if she lands here and then gets the whip, she's going to get more speed, and then the speed goes down is all part of this. The accuracy is all part of this right here. It's all right in here. Right here. That's not a whip. That's a push and a spin around. So we lose the whip. And we saw that. So we cleaned it up here. Right there. And that smoothed it out. There's a more consistent whip. Look at that. Shoulder back, down and back. Right there. What I should have done is elbows up a little bit and then lead. See, look at the glove wanting to lead towards home plate. Right there. Right there. That's the bow and arrow. That's the separating There's her shoulders. See, it still feels weird to her, so she's right at the end, she pulls down right there. But because her angle is not as steep, there's the opening of the shoulders you're looking for. See right there, that's the posture you're looking for. But we can get the glove arm a little more towards the home plate. There it is. A little better up and down. Right there. Now look at what the elbow wants to do. The glove wants to go out forward. See? That's the pattern. Glove towards home. Here's the bow and arrow. Right here. Right there. There's another one. Getting better. See? So now the shoulder, there's the compression we're trying to get into the ground to whip. So look at the elbows. Look at the glove arm wants to pull towards home plate. Or push. This is what we're trying to get. So then we go back here, and the influence is there. There's the elbow up with the glove towards home plate. It still floats out a little, but that's not as bad. Look at her shoulders. They're open. Look at her pull down. Much better. It could get even better if she learns to pull across with the shoulders to open. But that's a lot better. Elbow, see, there. Look at the difference where we're going. She's fighting it a little, which is understandable, but the shoulders are opening more. The pull down. There, now they're syncing up. Elbows up. Open. So that's a little bit there with the glove. If we could get that just a little better to help keep her straight, keep her back, her head behind her belly button. These are some really nice movement patterns. There's the elbow going towards home plate. Look at how much she's more into her legs. It's a little quick here because we're pulling away right there. Now Kaden pulls away too, but it doesn't seem to, it's affecting her shoulders, Dahlia's shoulders, or it doesn't seem to affect Kaden's. I'll have to look at a video of Kaden now. So this is better, say, elbows towards plate. We just got to really work on up and pull apart. She's pulling to the left, right there, right there. When we want to pull towards home and pull towards the back. And that gives you that last little here, right here. We want to clean up. See, right there. It's like somebody yanking your arm to the left. And that takes away from the snap a little bit. And it matters when you're trying to get to 60. So that lengthens her arms right there. So the harder you want to throw, the more you're going to put into that left glove pull right there. This needs to be cleaned up. Now, quick second about the lower half. Look how explosive. So, there's the doing that little angle box. There's our hinge. Work on knee, chin going forward a little bit right there. We could just work on that. Nice up here. And then try to bend the elbows so we can pull bow and arrow right here towards home plate and then towards back second base so we can pull apart cleaner. Now the nice thing is, look, we've got all that energy into the front foot. She's got a nice angle, nice block right there. So what happens is with like a tipping point right here, the hip comes right there, and our head should be back about 3 more inches. But if we rotated our shoulders open better instead of closing them, so I think we're closing early because the glove is pulling to the left, and so the energy is going right there, right there. It's going across the body, trying to get pulled across the body, and that takes away from the snap, and the snap is late right here. And there, the glove goes down, the hands snap. They kind of go in unison, like you're doing jumping jacks. So that pull to the left, and the arm gets there. That's why our snap's so far out in front. I never caught it before. So open the shoulders. So good stuff, really good stuff.